Hello. My name is Carly and I love to explore AI art in Midjourney. Did you ever have a day that started out normally? Then it felt a little odd? Then it became really weird? I think that happens to all of us. In effect, Midjourney lets you experiment with normal, odd, and weird situations virtually through creative image prompting. In this video, we will explore the use of both the odd and weird tokens. To begin, let's review the experimental weird option, released in Midjourney version 5.2. First, we have an image of a woman eating ice cream, produced using the weird option. Her whimsy expression, the colored material on her nose, and the flat ice cream cones were likely the result of adding the weird token. And here's an image produced from the weird option for the simple phrase, "at the beach." As you can see, the Midjourney weird option works by introducing unexpected and unusual elements into your generated images, such as distorted shapes, uncommon body and facial features and expressions, strange colors, and unpredictable combinations of objects. The next image is also a weird version of "at the beach." You can set a strength value between 0 and 3000 as a parameter to the weird option. The higher numbers have the greatest, and usually the strangest effect. This image was produced with a weird value of 250. Now we have a weird version of "at a birthday party." There are many videos on other YouTube channels explaining the weird option and how it may be used either standalone or with other options, such as stylize. In this video, I focus on comparing the use of weird versus adding the simple word, odd, to a prompt string. Odd and weird may appear to have the same impact on images, yet there are a few differences where you may decide one is better at times than the other. This "at the beach" image was created with the word odd simply added to the prompt. As you can see, adding odd can also give you certain types of weird results for your image. This "at the party" image is another example of what adding the odd token can do. I hope this video encourages you to experiment with each token, and it may help you decide which token serves you best for a desired effect. Let's continue by making a few specific comparisons between odd and weird. I'll begin by reviewing the impact of odd versus weird on a simple image of a queen. Here is a default, or normal result for the single word, queen, in Midjourney. I think there are no big surprises here. I feel that this particular rendition is both majestic and beautiful. Now, I'll add the word odd to the end of the queen prompt. Here is a new rendition of queen, the only difference is adding the word odd. I think the result is unusual, yet lovely in both dress and form. The headdress is pretty amazing. What else do you notice about the odd version of the queen image? Since the weird strength value is from 0 to 3000, I'll always use 250 as a good baseline to compare the weird effects to the use of the odd token. Although I like the odd version of queen, I am really struck by the artistic nature and unusual artifacts in this weird version. I love the winged headdress, the bird on the headdress, the subtle makeup, and the dress itself with all the fun elements of the background. Is this weird version your favorite version of the queen? Or do you prefer one of the other two? What do you notice that you like in this version, or what would you prefer not to be included in the image? Now, we have a set of normal images created by the single word prompt businessman. I don't think there are any surprises here. Next, I'll add the odd token as the trailing word. The upper left's foreground image appears to be that of a normal businessman, yet around and above him is a skyline with random business objects, articles, and airplanes covering the sky. The lower left depicts a normal man in contemplation. The upper right and lower right are the oddest. with the upper right being more of a stern-faced cartoon character and the lower left depicting some kind of robot or mechanized person. Now, I'll move on to the weird option. In the weird version of Businessman, the top right and lower left shots are truly weird. The top right version depicts another man floating in the air behind the businessman with either a jump rope or some kind of exercise band. The bottom right businessman has an interesting red shadow around each eye, with a large clear globe or bubble to the right. What are your thoughts about this weird effect compared to the effect of the odd token? I did perform experiments with food prompts, including an apple pie. Each image looked good enough to eat. Neither the odd nor weird tokens offered much change to some inanimate objects, so I'll move on to applying odd and weird to an animal image. Here are 4 default images of a fox from Midjourney. The upper 2 images are the most realistic. The bottom left is a type of cartoon fox. The lower right is nice, yet it looks more like a domestic dog. Now, I'll add the odd token to the fox prompt. Perhaps by coincidence, 3 of these images appear more photorealistic than when using the word fox alone. The exception is the lower left. The odd token gave us water and mud for the fox in the upper 2 photos and then gave us flying bugs around the fox in the lower right shot. The lower left photo is similar to the dog-like creature in the prior, normal group of images, yet the plants and the swirling colored fur give it a nice artistic touch. This weird version of the fox shows off the weird option's advertised effects, including introducing distorted shapes, unusual body, facial features and expressions, and unexpected combinations of objects. I fancy the image of the fox at the upper left in this particular weird grouping. What else did you notice among the normal, odd, and weird versions of the fox? Here is one example of how I applied weird to a single word motorcycle prompt. As mentioned regarding food prompts, weird has varied but often muted effects on inanimate objects alone. I like the lower right image the best. It could be a nice starting concept for someone's custom body design. I hope you enjoyed this comparison of the use of the word odd to the use of the weird option in Midjourney. Would you tend to use one or the other, both, or neither in your creative process? It seems that odd can stay true to the original prompt intent in some cases. Therefore, images created with odd might look a little bit more realistic. The weird option has the advantage of being able to specify a strength value of 0 through 3000, and the results can be very pleasing. Thank you for reviewing the effects of odd and weird in Midjourney with me. You may wish to use the word odd and weird in other AI art creation tools to review the effect. Please consider subscribing to be notified about the latest content.